What's going on, you guys? Victor here. So I'm gonna be real with you. This year didn't go as I expected, and honestly, that's okay. Things fell apart. There's been some unexpected expenses that came up, and I really had to sit down and rethink how I'm gonna rebuild my life from here. Plans never usually go the way that you think they would in your head, and that's okay. Because when things like that happen, you just make a new plan. And that's what this video is going to be about. It's going to be me showing you guys how I'm going to rebuild my life as I transition from survival mode into stabilization mode. These past few months I've been hit with car troubles, debt stacking up, and jobs just not panning out the way that I wanted to. Now I had two options. I could either just sit around waiting and eventually pay my stuff off, or I could actually make a system where I can gain back control. So here's how exactly I'm going to structure my week to dig myself out of this. And for the sake of this video, just so it doesn't get too long, what I think I'm going to do is break it down by what my financial goals are, because that is going to explain the layering and the structuring of my work. And then from there, go into the numbers side of things and why I'm confident this plan will work. So when it comes to my goals for the next 12 months or year, the first thing I want to do is get a new car, especially because right now my car is kind of on its last legs. From there, I want to pay off my unpaid tolls, get the eviction off my record, and then clear my credit card debt. Now, my approach is a little bit aggressive and I'm definitely going to lose a lot of sleep, but I plan on working as a personal trainer in the morning, then working as a bartender or server at a restaurant at night, and then continuing to work the Cabana Boys and cocktail crew during the weekends. When it comes to the structure of my days, it's pretty much going to be the same thing from 7 a.m. until 3 p.m. And essentially what that would look like is I would wake up at 7 a.m., go ahead and drive to the gym and train clients from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. Then from there, I would go ahead and train myself during the middle of the day from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. And then after that, go to my next job at the restaurant and work from 4 p.m. to about midnight or 1 a.m. depending on what time they close. And then of course, driving home and getting to sleep at 2 a.m. And then the 2 days that I'm not working at the restaurant are going to be free after 3 p.m. So essentially from, let's just say 4 p.m. until midnight, I can do whatever I want. So that's when I'll be spending my time taking care of myself, whether it's grocery shopping, meal prepping, laundry, cutting my hair, playing with my puppy, whatever the case may be. Now that you guys kind of have an idea of what my daily structure would look like, let's go ahead and get into the numbers so that way you guys understand why I'm so confident that this will work, so long as I balance my energy out and things pan out the way I want to. Based on the compensation structure that UFC Fit gave me, my base rate is going to be $35 per hour, so that'll essentially be my floor. So I figured that if I work 4 hours a day times 7 days a week, that's going to put me at 28 hours a week, and that times $35 an hour is going to put me at $3,920 a month before taxes. Now, if I'm also working the restaurant, that'll put me at an 8-hour shift times 5 days a week. So it's essentially 40 hours a week that I'd be working. And let's just say my floor at the restaurant is going to be $25 an hour. That'll give me an additional $4,000 per month before taxes. Now, if we add up both of those together, it's going to be $7,920 per month. We also have to factor in the Cabana Boys and cocktail crew. Let's just say that I work 1 to 2 parties a week at 4 to 6 hours per week. I would make about $120 at the minimum. So if we do $120 a week times 4, that'll put me at $480 per month before taxes. And then of course, while I'm doing all of this, I'm going to be promoting my online coaching business. So if I get at least 5 clients and charge them $200 a month, that'll give me an additional $1,000 a month that I can add to the total pot. And if we add up all of these jobs together, that's going to put me at about 70 to 80 hours a week of work, and it's going to give me a total of $9,400 before taxes. And of course, this is just the floor, so anything extra that I make is just going to get me to my goals faster. And it is extremely aggressive and grisly, but it's not going to be forever. The plan for the first 3 to 6 months is just to do all 3 of these jobs, the in-person training, restaurant, and Cabana Boys and cocktail crew. Then once I have a new car, I'll transition to dropping off the restaurant. So that way I focus solely on in-person and online coaching and still promoting Cabana Boys and cocktail crew. Then after that, I'll essentially drop it off to just focus on online coaching and the Cabana Boys and cocktail crew. Now, over the course of the year after I accomplish this, that's when we'll focus on bodybuilding, YouTube, and I'm actually going to go back to school for project management just because if worse comes to worse with bodybuilding, I get injured, I don't get sponsors or whatever the case may be, at least I still have a career path that I can fall back on, and it's a career that I know I will thrive in. And that's a wrap. Thank you guys for sticking with me through this video. I know there's not a lot of visuals going on, so if it was kind of a drag to follow through, I completely understand. All of my YouTube videos are not going to be like this. This is essentially part of what I call my pre-HVM series, where this goes a little bit more into where I'm at right now in terms of life. So that way in the future, once my channel gains a little bit more popularity, people can always come back to these videos and see where I started out as. So that's all I have for today, guys. Thank you again for following me through this video. I hope this helps. And if you are struggling through a situation similar to mine, I'd love to hear about it in the comments and see how I could help. Until next time, guys, take care.